boys and their coach are trapped in the flooded caves.
Hello?
Hey, they're here.
How many of you?
13.
I know how the story ends, but this film still had me crying, still had me gripped to the edge of my seat, and just very joyful, even though I knew what the ending was about. So congratulations on such a fantastic film.
Thank you. It was an honor to get to tell this story. And as soon as I read Bill Nicholson's screenplay, I realized that I thought I knew the headlines. I thought I knew, but there were so many great movie moments there and when I researched it, I realized he wasn't making that stuff up. These moments existed. And as we did research, we found even more and more of these turning points that were, very emotional, some of them a little funny, and all of it's quite suspenseful. And of course, when you give great actors an opportunity to bring these moments to life, then you create something engrossing that audiences can really get lost in, and that's where a lot of that suspense and intensity comes from.
It's been a great trip. This was something that I didn't see coming, and just to talk about this one particularly, as that's what we're here to do, it obviously had such heart. It was an event that I already had some version of a relationship with, because I'm sure you, Kiyra, and all of us, so many of us globally, went through this in real time as it was happening. I remember when the boys were found. I remember hearing the first reports about them being lost. I remember seeing the diagrams on the news and the little thing, showing how far in the cave they were. They suspicioned they were. They thought they may be at Pattaya Beach and all that. And then when they were found, I remember that playing out live across television screens. So to be a part of a film that it was so extraordinarily unique about such an extraordinary event that had a global awareness and also had a good ending, a happy ending, a really happy ending, a really hard-earned, kind of didn't think it was possible happy ending was gorgeous. And then I'd always been a fan of Ron's, and I knew there was going to be a huge Thai contingent, of course, that were going to be a part of this story.
You try and dive those kids the whole way, all you'll be bringing out is dead bodies.
You've worked on so many big projects and played such a vastly different characters. I'd love to know, in terms of being creatively satisfied, where did you get that in playing such a rough, gentle, rough around the edges hero like Rick?
Just what they did, as we all know. And we just learned more of the details of how they did it, but just what they accomplished is so extraordinary that to be given the opportunity to play him was already, a win. Was an honor. And you're right, he is a very particular kind of person. He's the kind of person, when you first meet them, they're standoffish, they can be blunt. He's very direct. He's unfailingly honest, sometimes to the point of offending people. It's not his intention, but he'd rather be honest and direct than try to appease people or say something he's not sincere about. So, it was just a question of getting to know him at first. It took a little while, but once he realized that I was going to do my best to be accurate with his story.
I'd love to know what you've learned about yourself in embodying this man on screen.
Well, the thing that I learned the most is, I think it's meditation. Yeah, because in the movie, the coach have to tell the boy to meditate, right? And I have to learn that, literally learned that in the temple. I went to the temple for a few days and asked a monk to teach me how to meditate. And I keep repeating that, woke up in the morning, pray, and learn to meditate, stay in the temple, and then keep repeating that. And it's made me more calm. And when I send the meditation to the boys, they're more calm also. They have more concentration to the movie, to the work, and I think that it's good to me also, playing this role make me can more concentrate about everything in my life.
I made my first trip to Thailand on my own when I was about 19. And I've been back to Thailand about 4 times since. Before we got involved, I got involved with shooting the film. I always had a real fascination with a gentle and spiritual nature in general of Thai people. Always felt good being there, and I couldn't even really define why. And obviously that has a lot to do with the culture and the people at the core of that culture. I was always amazed when I saw the first footage on the news of the boys when they were found, you know, on Rick and John's GoPro footage, of how the nature of those boys seemed out of kilter with my perception of what a bunch of young boys would be like if they'd been trapped thinking they might die in a cave for 10 days, unaware of anyone possibly going to rescue them. They were so gentle and polite and considerate of each other, not like what I would be like if there were a bunch of young me in that cave.
John, you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just give me a minute, please.
Okay. We can make it.